Ian, a great performance last weekend potentially could set us up really well for this weekend's match at Morton.
Yeah, really good result on Saturday against Cove Rangers. Really good performance as well. They went hand in hand, so I think it was deserved and merited on our performance, and a really tough game against a very well organised team who were on a good run. In terms of this weekend, will it have any value? Possibly. In terms of our confidence, definitely. But it's a new game, a new set of opponents. Very tough game again down at Morton, that we know are very physical, very aggressive, and are on the back of again another team that we face on the back of two good results. So, but we go down there in good fettle. We look forward to the match. We know it'll be very tough, but we know we're ready for it.
Yeah, picking out individual players, a great return to goal scoring form by Jamie Gillan, and his overall performance. He left everything on the pitch, didn't he?
Yeah, he done very well. Very good goal, excellent goal. He also started our press off for the first goal. You know, the high press. It comes from Jamie because he's our most forward player. But his general game was really good. His movement was excellent. You know, he's turned into a really dynamic striker. You know, he likes to drift out to wide areas at times, which is fine because he causes problems in there. But he's got a good awareness as well inside the 18-yard box. He thinks about it. I can see that in his finishing. As hard as he hits the ball at times, there's always a thought process behind it, trying to make it difficult for defenders and goalkeepers. So really happy with Jamie, have been since I came in here. Unfortunately, he took a little injury before the United game. In fact, against Inverness it was, but now fully recovered, and he can see that a little bit between his teeth as well.
Yeah, and that helped generate a real buzz around the place on last Saturday. Started on Friday when John Fredrickson signed up. And when John came on, he really he really caught people's eye, and he's going to expand your options up front going forward.
Yeah, we've had to wait a long time on John, there's no question about that. It's been frustrating for John as well, people have to remember, and he's moved his whole life over to Scotland from Denmark where he stays. So it's going to take him a little bit of time to gel, a little bit of time to fit in on and off the park, but really decent guy, tactically very, very aware of what he's doing. Quality wise, he has that. He's not just a big unit up front or in the back line when we're defending set plays. He's actually got a little bit of guile about him. We aim to improve him, we aim to try and push him on, and I think, you know, his height and his physical attributes are obviously there for everybody to see, and they are important to us, but it's not the be all and end all. If Jamie keeps performing the way he is, it'll be very hard to dislodge him. So John's going to need to fight for his position, along with Kyle Connell and hopefully Lewis Vaughan coming back into the squad in the next 2 weeks. So we've now got options in the forward areas of the park. We've now got plenty of options in midfield, and we've now got a little bit of versatility at the back.
A key absentee on Saturday was Ryan Nolan, albeit Liam Dick stepped in and performed outstandingly at the back. How's the big Irishman doing?
Yeah, he's a lot better. He trained today, so that's really good news. We're back in the squad for Saturday. It was a really late call off in the week last week. It was Friday morning where he felt a little tweak in his groin area, but she's probably been carrying for a couple of weeks. Just we've been getting him through it, and hopefully it was going to go, but it was just too bad on Friday. Very fortunate that we caught it really early and we didn't risk him at all. It wasn't a case of let's see how you get on, it was a case of, you know, we'll make a decision now for everybody's sake, and he was out the game. Very disappointed that we didn't have him, but Liam Dick stepped in again at centre half, which he has done now a couple of times in pre-season. Was really, really good. Been really impressed with Liam since I came in terms of his aggression towards the game, in terms of his versatility, his appetite. He's one of those players you can go and tell Liam to play wherever and he'll do his best for you, and that's what you need. As long as people are giving their best and adapting and being receptive to trying new things, then we can't complain too much. But I felt Liam was excellent on Saturday. He was excellent up at Cove Rangers where we asked him to play centre half as well.
Yeah, and further forward in the midfield, a great trio of Brad, Stanton and Brown formed really well. Leaves Ross Matthews wondering what he's got to do to get into the squad.
Yeah, you know, when you look at our bench on Saturday, we had, you know, Conor McBride, who started at Queen's Park, with Dylan Easton, Kyle Connell, both started against Queen's Park, all on the bench. If you add in Ross Matthews to that group as well, you add in Big John to that group as well, you know, suddenly we've got 5 there that are, you know, desperate to play, but they can't at the moment because we've got players in those positions. It's like any team that's good, or any team that's looking to do well, they have to have competition, they have to have a little bit of hunger, they have to be pushed all the time, and they have to be pushing to get in the team. I think we've seen it this week you know, dare I say it, last night, when you see the Liverpool subs coming on, how important a squad is, and how important it is when you come on, you take your chances. Again, I refer to last night. You have a world-class striker, not happy that he's not starting in the Champions League, comes on, scores a hat-trick. So that's what you want. You don't want people sulking, you don't want people down in the dumps, and I feel that the group of players that I have at the moment, we don't have any of that. I can honestly say that to people. And I kind of touched on it last week after the game. They're all smiling, which is a hugely important thing, to be enjoying your work. We've all had knocks, we're going to take more knocks. It's about remaining positive, about being calm, and about smiling when you come in to train here, and smiling when you're coming to play. If you don't have that, it's very difficult.
Yeah, and talking about being positive and positivity, you know, it was good to see 3 of our younger players out on loan, all playing in the week past, and great for Kieran Mitchell especially to get his first goal for Bonnyrigg Rose.
Yes, I went to watch Kieran on Tuesday night. Done very well. Really delighted for him when he got his goal. It was a really good finish as well on his left foot. Everything that we know Kieran can do. He was playing on the shoulder of the Annan defence. He was making little runs in behind, but I think the biggest thing and the most pleasing thing for me was his composure to take it on his left foot, and it was a great finish. Do his confidence no harm. You know, his first ever league goal. Delighted for him. Delighted that we've been able to help Bonnyrigg with that loan deal as well, because as much as we can facilitate the deal, and you know, people want Kieran also has to go and do it, because in these leagues, and no disrespect to them, you don't get away with much. You're playing against big lads who will kick you up and down the park, who have got a bit of experience. So once we do the deal, it's up to Kieran, but he's adapted again very well. His attitude in training with us, and also I believe when he's training with Bonnyrigg, is excellent.
All right. And it's good to see Greg Young getting those vital minutes in with Elgin, and Aaron featuring well for Brecon in the Highland League.
Yes, it's about young players playing games. I said that in the summer. The level, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter. There has to be decisions made, and there has to be the right club, but we felt that they both went to the right club. They're both learning in different ways. Greg's got competition at Elgin at the left back slot. It's about, can we make them mentally tougher with the disappointments of football when you're not starting the game? He's travelling a fair distance, always up to Elgin most weeks and around the country, but how do you adapt it? He's another one, and full credit to Elgin as well, that he's got a big smile on his face because he's involved in first team football. It's about playing first team. You can play reserve football for as long as you want, youth football, whatever, but when it comes down to nitty gritty, when you're fighting for points and you're fighting for bonuses for some teams, it's really important. When there's a little bit of, you know, a carrot dangled in front of those young boys and they get a taste of it, they want more. So Aaron's the same up at Brecon. He's got a different kind of situation because they're going for the league. So how does he handle that? How does he handle the demands and expectations of trying to win a league every week with teams that have got that little bit extra 5-10% in them to try and beat you? So they're all learning in different ways, which is great.
Well, they're all sure to come back, better players, stronger players. Can't wait to see them. But in the meantime, thanks and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.